guys, I'm Dr. Zui here, and this is my talk show, The Legend Talks. Today, yes, I'm going to talk to a different person. The journey is going to be like more of, knowing facts, knowing realities, and it's like common people, they have so much to, like, they have so much to talk about, and also they have a lot so that we can learn from them. So today, I'm going to talk with a counseling psychologist. She is a psychologist and she has been to her new workplace, I guess, and she's going to talk about her journey, what who are actual therapists and what do we think about them and what's the reality and everything else around it. So I'm going to connect Prajna, okay, and she is going to join with her like with us today, and let's know the unknown, guys.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm also fine. Like you are at your workplace now?
Yes, I'm right now at my workplace.
Wow, so somehow you got time like to talk to us and talk about your journey to these people.
Yes, I have been available since 3 days. Like I'm very free since 3 days. I have no patience at all. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. You should be having some free time, I guess. It's not like always working, and it doesn't happen also naturally, right?
Yeah, that gives you a lot of time for yourself and to think
Yeah,
about something else. Yeah.
that's true. That's true. Amazing. So can you tell us about yourself, Prajna?
So, my name is actually Pragya, and
Okay.
the thing is JNA and PRAJNA, but it's actually my name is Pragya. And um, yeah, something about myself is like I am from Assam, and I did my
Mm-hmm.
I was born in Assam and brought up over there, and I did my till bachelor's. I was studying there, and then I shifted to Bangalore, and I did my master's in counseling psychology from Montfort College, and now I'm in Delhi
Wow.
and I'm working.
Okay,
It's
but
been
why psychology?
So there's like it's not that I've always been thinking of studying this or no no specific यही करना था करके ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. Since my childhood, I
Mm-hmm.
was very interested in observing and about human behavior. I was very curious as a child. I would read books from the library and I would think like why there is no such subject, because obviously in our school curriculum we have history, physics, chemistry, and civics and political science and so many other subjects. And psychology is also there, but back in my school in Assam, this subject was not there.
Mm-hmm.
And I think back then in most of the states, this subject was not the part of school's curriculum, and even in college's
Yeah.
curriculum. So I would just think that where is this taught? And I remember when I was in eighth standard, I was in my school's library and I was reading this behavioral sciences and books on psychology, which I could
Yeah.
not understand
Mm-hmm.
properly. But then I just realized that yeah, this is something interesting, and it was just a random thought in the science lab. I think I told my teacher that मुझे psychology पढ़नी है, and he was like कि क्या होता है इसमें, ये तो सब्जेक्ट है ही नहीं, ये पढ़ के क्या करोगे, कोई स्कोप नहीं है. So yeah, so that happened, and that was just a random thought. I did not think कि हाँ I'll study that. I'll study that. So I was
Mm-hmm.
very interested in observing human behavior and why people behave a certain way. Why do they get angry? And why do they get upset? And if they are angry, why they are crying? Because sometimes when we are angry, we start crying. So these kind of thoughts,
I
random
am
thoughts.
that person. I do that.
Okay, even I do that sometimes. So these kind of thoughts used to come in my mind, and I would think that
Mm-hmm.
why does it happen? There are a lot of why in my mind back then.
Yeah.
So while I was in my college, I thought that yeah, this is something I want to do, and let's see how it works out. I did not plan anything back then. I was very naive, and I still am, so I did not have so much of idea.
No, but that is like one of the human nature also. Like whatever interests you, you go towards that. And there are some people who would generate an interest in you. Like there are parents who would say like कि हाँ तुम ये कर लो शायद तुमको इसमें अच्छा रहेगा या वो कर लो something like that. And there are kids who would be having interest in something else. So they do fail in reaching towards their interest and getting something else from somewhere and making it interesting and working for it. So this is like something weird. This is not supposed to happen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so where do you work right now?
I work in West Delhi Psychiatry Center. It's in
Hmm.
um Delhi. Yeah.
Okay. So how is that going? Like, what's your experience till now?
The experience has been good so far. I'm getting to learn a lot of things, not just in psychology, but as a whole, because this is my first job and how things are at the workplace. I've always been at home, little girl.
Hmm.
Yeah, so it's a new experience of being at a workplace. I've never been in a job before. So I'm learning a lot of things. I'm learning how to be on time and how to be patient and more resilient and all of those things. So yeah,
Yeah.
and on the work side, I'm also learning a lot of new skills which were not taught in school or which are not written in books. So I'm learning
Yeah.
from colleagues and um, from doctors. Yeah.
That's nice. So you enjoy there, right?
Uh, yeah, it has been a good good journey so far.
That's amazing. So, can you tell me what is therapy? Like, see, why I'm asking you question, this one is like everyone, whoever talks about therapy, they just feel like something is wrong with the head and you are going to get it rewired and you need a therapy. That means like for families and for old people, old generation people, it's like, हाँ तुमको कैसे जरूरत पड़ गई यार थेरेपी की पागल हो गए हो क्या? Something like that. It's like taboo kind of thing. So can you just properly tell us what is therapy?
Okay, so therapy is just like it's a very normal thing, and yeah, I mean counseling and therapy is a very confidential and very safe, non-judgmental space where people talk about their relationship problems or about their career problems or anything like any other issue which they are facing in their life, maybe a breakup or
Mm-hmm.
marriage
Mm-hmm.
related stress or any kind of pressure. So they talk about those things, and I can't say that psychologists solve them. They don't solve them or they don't fix them,
Mm-hmm.
but they give them certain tools by which they can manage the future challenges of their life, or they both sit together and do a collaborative process as to how things can be managed. And also like things are different for different people, as everybody is
Mm-hmm.
different, so things are different for different people. Like some therapy might work for some and others might work for some. That's why
Mm-hmm.
it's very important to like understand the nature of the person and then decide which like how to go about it. So
Yeah,
yeah.
but still, it's like normally we do this therapy thing and nobody knows about it. That is having those close or best friends where you actually open up in front of them. You tell everything. You go through all of those problems and all of those things. You are just a listener over there. Maybe I am that person who is telling you all of those things and you are just listening to me. But there is no such thing as, okay, you are a psychologist, that's why you're doing it. It's just like friendship kind of a thing.
Okay, so
People,
then
yeah, you can tell me. Yeah, tell me.
yes, so there's a lot of actually difference between venting out to a friend and telling things to a psychologist, because what psychologists do is a treatment plan. Therapy is a treatment plan, or counseling is a treatment plan. And when we tell it to our friends, like I have heard a lot of people saying कि ओ like आप हम तो लोग बात करते हैं तो आप सुनते हो, वो काम तो हम भी करते हैं. So जब
Yeah.
when yeah, when friends to me, yeah, when friends talk to me, even I listen and I give them suggestions. So I always feel like therapy is a treatment plan, and we never give suggestions here because every person is different and they will figure things out on their own. So we just give them
Mm-hmm.
tools as to how to help them. We help them understand attachment styles and different things about their thoughts, and why about their belief systems, and why they believe a certain in a certain pattern. So all of those things. So it's very different from sharing things to a close friend, uh, because they'll just listen to it as a friend, or they can give suggestions. But therapy is very different because there you are giving a treatment plan. So yeah.
But people do have a kind of a fear that कि अगर जाएंगे तो पता नहीं क्या हो जाएगा, what will happen to us if I'm sharing, and if I'm whatever I'm sharing, what if it comes out of from somewhere? So yeah,
Yeah.
they get scared also. So why and when should a person should go for a therapy?
Yeah, so actually, therapy is very confidential. So, first of all, any therapist which practices ethically and which who follows the ethics will always maintain confidentiality, because
Mm-hmm.
confidentiality is the like core ethics of therapy. It's the like major. It's like the basics that we are taught in the counseling skills
Yeah.
chapter in our college. Yeah, yeah, people initially have that kind of fear, that
Mm-hmm.
if I go to therapy, and what if my like whatever I speak out, or what if it's the confidentiality is not maintained. So these kind of fears are there for the people who are not aware about therapy. But once they are aware, then things are fine. So it takes time to build the rapport, of course. And some clients, there
Mm-hmm.
people are of different kinds. Some clients open up on the very first day. Some take time. Some open up on the second day or the third day. So it really depends. But once the rapport is built, and once all these things are clear that the session is confidential, then they are comfortable. But yeah, of course I understand the stigma that mental health is still
Yeah.
a very big in our country, that they face so much of judgment outside, in the society, in the family, and among friends also, कि हाँ इतनी बड़ी बात नहीं है, you should not go to therapist. So yeah,
Yeah.
that is yeah. So that is the thing.
But when should a person know that okay, अभी मुझे therapy की जरूरत है? When should a person go to a
Well,
therapy?
well, if the person experiences sadness over like prolonged sadness over a very long period of time, they feel anxious, which kind of everyone feels anxious. Like if there's a snake right in front of my eyes, and if I'm not anxious, then
Mm.
then the snake will bite me and I'll
Something
die.
is
So
abnormal.
yeah, so some amount of anxiety is very necessary. So that anxiety is nothing but our brain tries to protect us. So that is
Hmm.
anxiety. But if it is interfering with our day-to-day lives, or if you are getting panic attacks, or if it
Hmm.
escalates too much, then one should see a therapist and then seek help. And if they are
Hmm.
sad over long periods of time, or if there's some thought inside their head which they are not able to uh, which they are not able to get out of, so then it's
Yeah.
the right time to take therapy. Yeah.
Yeah.
There are many
And
other
like,
reasons. If there's career, if there's certain career related pressure which they are not able to
mm,
figure out, or
hmm.
um, if they are going through a very rough breakup, or even if they have lost a loved one, so that phase is known as grief. If they are going through grief, then they can seek help.
Yeah. And it is like commonly said, like there is mental health issues, mental health problems going on. And most of the topic is surrounded in, psychology way. Like some person needs it because there is some anxiety, some depression happening, some stress happening. So, could you explain what do actually psychologists do when such people come?
Sorry, your voice was breaking. I could not get the first part of it.
Yeah, yeah. So I was asking, like, could you really explain, like, what psychologists do when you come across to a person who is having a trauma or maybe anxiety, stress, or something like that? So what do you do?
There's no one specific way through which I can say that what they do, because again different people are different. Different people
Mm-hmm.
are like designed in different personalities and different behaviors, and also
True.
certain things are kept in mind before working, like the severity and
Yeah.
also how long it has been, and different other things. So there are a lot of things which are done, like if there is a clinical psychologist, the clinical psychologist performs assessments on the client. So this is something which is done, and uh, sometimes if the case is like severe, if the problem is severe, then the psychiatrist prescribes medicines, and we see like how counseling psychologists also, it all depends, like depends on the person and the severity and a lot of other factors, that how we work with them.
Yeah, right. And for every single thing, there are different names also. Like somebody say that I am going for counseling. Somebody will say like I am seeing a psychologist. Some will say that I'm going to a therapist. Why so much names? And can you tell me like what is the actual difference between them?
Okay, so that's a very interesting question, because yeah, that can be very confusing for for people for people who are not related to psychology. So that can be really
Yeah.
confusing, and yet on the one side there has been so much stigma, um,
Mm-hmm.
that mental health is a taboo, and why do you need a therapist? You can just talk to us, and there's another side of it where it is like a trending topic. So everybody's talking
Yeah.
about therapy, everybody's talking about mental health. Yeah, and then the normal population, like the population who are not very used to these terms, they get confused that counseling
Yeah.
kya hai, therapy kya hai. So they get very confused. So that, yeah, there's a lot of difference. So the person who are like doctors, the one who have done their MD in psychiatry, so they are known as psychiatrists, and they prescribe medicines. And uh, and then there are clinical psychologists, the one who conducts assessments, and they work in collaboration with the psychiatrists. and
Okay.
uh, and yeah, I mean, they are the one conducting assessments, and they don't prescribe medications, but they work with the psychiatrist. And then there are
Okay.
counseling psychologists, the one who gives therapy, and the one who do counseling, and they use different kinds of therapy, like CBT, narrative therapy, gestalt, and feminist therapies, and different other kinds of therapies,
Mm-hmm.
where whatever is suitable for the client. and then
Okay.
and then there are, I think, the counseling psychologists and therapists and clinical psychologists are just different terms. And yeah, and also to call someone to call themselves a clinical psychologist, they should have a RCI license, and
Mm-hmm.
they should have done their MPhil. Whereas for counseling psychologist, MPhil is not required and license is not required in India as of now. Yeah.
Okay, so these are different categories. So हर एक नॉर्मल पर्सन को समझना पड़ेगा पहले कि उसको जाना कहाँ है. अगर उसको सिर्फ काउंसलिंग चाहिए है तो they have to see a specific person who is actually only a counselor, right?
Yeah,
And if they,
and it's
Mhm.
yeah, go on.
Yeah, and there are some stages also in it. And normal person doesn't understand कि वो stages क्या है. तो मैं कहाँ
Yeah,
रहता हूँ? Like, do I need a counseling? Do I need a therapist, specific person who would be telling me certain things in certain time? And then do I need to go to a psychiatrist all along? क्या करे? कैसे करे?
yeah. Yeah, so actually, when they come to a counseling psychologist or a clinical psychologist, so the psychologist also tries to figure out that whether they need to be referred to a psychiatrist or not. So if the counseling psychologist or if the clinical psychologist feels that there is a need for them to refer these clients to a psychiatrist or if they need medications, so they refer them
Mm-hmm.
to other clinical psychologists for assessments or to psychiatrists for medications. So these are, or if, or they refer them to other counseling psychologists if they do not fall under their area of expertise. So basically they
Okay.
all work in collaboration.
So how is the psychology in and out is like helping you? Does it help you?
um I Yeah, sometimes yes.
Because whatever we choose as for career, it should be 50% for us and 50% for people, right? So whatever we learn, there should be at least little benefit to ourselves also. Like how is it helping us?
Yeah, it is because I think it has been helping me too. Like after studying psychology, there's a lot of change and there's a lot of change in my perspective towards
Hmm.
everything. So yeah, there's a lot of things which has changed for me.
Okay, so how do you like Delhi now? Do you like Delhi?
Yeah, I mean, I'm slowly trying to adjust to a new environment.
So can you tell us about like what was like how was your life in Assam and how did you enjoy that?
Yeah, it was good. I mean, uh, yeah, it was good.
Amazing. So you like Delhi, too foggy over there. Did you experience that?
Sorry, your voice was like entirely gone for a
Okay, so
second.
in Delhi, it's like total fog right now. So are you
No, no, no,
experiencing that fog, that environment around you?
no. There's like there's no fog right now in Delhi. Uh, I mean, I don't know. Maybe in the few days we'll see fog,
Yeah,
but
it was.
right now, yeah, right now it's all sunny.
Okay, that's nice. Okay, so if not psychology, what else you would have chosen and why?
Okay, so not psychology. My first plan when I was in class, I think in sixth or seventh standard. So these courses of mass media and mass communication really interested me. So I would
Wow.
I was really into writing and stuff. So I really wanted to do that. But
Mm-hmm.
once I got to know about it, I didn't want to do it. So there was a time when I had to choose between mass media studies and psychology. So at that time I realized I didn't want to do this. So this is
Okay.
something which I had in my mind. But if not psychology, that I think I would be a teacher.
Wow. That's amazing. That's beautiful. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know which
So
subject, but would
can
be a
you
teacher.
but that is nice, yeah. Like that is also like that is the only one that nourishes every single person. Like whoever comes in your life, maybe as students or anyone, you would have taught them something. That would be also interesting, you know.
No, I haven't taught anyone. Like abhi tak I haven't done teaching, but this is like I would be a I mean I think I would be a teacher if not this.
You can be a teacher in psychology, I guess. You can teach psychology, right?
Yeah, yeah, but I don't know. I'm not sure of that as of now.
That's good. That's great. Okay, so what is your ultimate goal right now?
Um, uh, Ultimate goal. I think to have more patience in life. This is something I'm
That's
trying
nice.
to achieve.
That's nice. That's nice. Okay. So, like, there are good viewers. They have been watching us. They have been knowing your journey since the way we started live session. So, can you, like, give a message to them? Like, there are people who haven't found their passion yet, who haven't reached to that level where they always wanted to. So, what message you would give to them?
A message. I think I feel that like I am not that like I'm not that capable or able enough to give anyone any message. I always
Mm-hmm.
feel that. But yeah, I can say something which is like I think everyone should be authentic. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that is something. Yeah. People should be authentic to themselves,
Yeah.
be
They should be
themselves.
remembering that they have something unique, right? People have been falling into trends so much that they're forgetting what they have in that
Yeah.
sense. That's nice. You are complete a patient person I have seen today. Like very thoroughly you said all of your things. This is like one of the good talk shows, literally. Like एकदम clear है. Whatever you say, it's all clear. Everybody, I think, surely understood all of the words that you said. That's nice.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, so can I get a feedback for my show? Like
Yeah.
I started this show back in 2021 and I want to improve it more. So can you give a feedback?
Yeah, I mean your show. I remember. I think last week, before going to bed after having a long day at work, after having such a hectic routine, I was looking at some of your videos, and I came
Wow.
across a video of my senior. So I
Mm-hmm.
really like that, and I watched few more videos of I think some Kathak dancers. So I just watched those videos, and it was really nice, like the way you present yourself and the way you conduct yourself and the confidence you carry with yourself. I think all of those is like amazing, and that
Wow, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I am sure like the people who have been with us, they came to know the differences, what and also to care, like come to know like what actually psychologists do, why do we have to go to them, when should we go to them? Every information is clearly understood. I'm sure about that. So thank you so much for coming on my show. This was really informative. And also, I have learned some good stuff from you. Like, first thing is be authentic. And I'm going to keep that authenticity within me all the time, every time. So that is something really nice I learned from you. Thank you so much, Pragya, right?
yes, yes,
Yeah, so it was really nice talking to you, and I had so much good time, so much good fun. And if there is something, if I am thinking of having a session which is should be a combined one, so if I need you, I'm hoping that you will be there, right?
yeah, definitely.
Okay, thank you so much, Pragya. See you next time.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much, guys, for being there. Yes, it was like short, sweet, beautiful, and informative session, I could say like that. Yes. And I learned like in short time, I learned almost everything. She said that she wanted to be a teacher and she did the same job today. The people, the teachers just like this, short, sweet, and understood, right? So we actually understood everything she said about herself and also the field psychology that she is doing and practicing. And I really hope like you understood all of those things that she said. But still, if you have any issue, any doubt, you can directly go to her page Around and Within, and you can ask whatever queries you have. Even if you want to have sessions, she can help you out with it. Thank you so much, guys, for being there. I'll come with another guest. I'm not sure when, but I'll come very soon and I'll give you an amazing journey again. See you next time, guys. Bye. Namaste.